Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Another beautiful day here up in the mountains. Welcome to my channel, Andrea Mason, your first choice, your global voice, victim to victorious, alumna of Dr. Les Brown, and the creator and innovator of the life transformational journey called Press Play. Plan life according to you, where you achieve personal freedom through the healing power of forgiveness. Let's jump into it. A lot has been going on that I have been made aware of former colleagues, previous employees, employers, as well as in the nature of the world and recent conversations I've had with a few affiliates and collaboratives. And the great concern is understanding the mindset of a bully, a predator, a narcissist. And I really want to get into it, not getting too scientific, but kind of bringing it to my personal experiences as being a former victim of abuse and having gone to becoming victorious. What usually happens that sets off what I understand is bullying mentality is that the individual emotionally feels ungrateful. They feel that they're being isolated, they're being targeted, as well as that their morals, beliefs, and values and feelings aren't being heard. Most of the time, this is based on the environment and surroundings as well as upbringing of their family, childhood, lifestyle, economy, as well as how they perceive themselves. Let me give you an example. Bullies tend to prey onto individuals who are excelling, becoming successful, attractive, have good qualities and talents, as well as have a good foundation in life, whether that be family, relationships, careers, or just appears to the individual that the other individual, everything is going well for them. And the bully feels to the point of entitlement. Why don't I get that Why don't I get that treatment? Why don't I get recognition? And also what happens is it comes from the familial structure. Sometimes the parents or guardians may be working or busy where they aren't able to give enough attention, nurturance, as well as support to the individual, and the individual feels left out. Other conditions, it could be complete opposite, where their environment, their home structure is not stable, whether they could be victims of abuse, neglect, betrayal, and just don't feel like they fit in. That is the mindset of a bully. Let's go over to the next condition I talked about, narcissism. Narcissism and being a narcissist is not having any regard for others' feelings, emotions, or life to the extreme. They feel that they're very admirable of themselves, highly of themselves, most time egotistical, and will do anything at any cost, at any way to sabotage another individual, regardless of their connection with that individual. They will sabotage it and what we like to call steal their thunder. They get mad and upset for successful people, for they feel that they are deserving of being in the spotlight as opposed to the other. Sometimes subconsciously they want to be kind, they want to be helpful, they want to be in the spotlight for the right reasons, but because of preliminary conditions, treatment, or lack of nurturance and understanding, they are unable to. That's about bullying mentality and narcissist. Let's go into the predator mode. Predator is basically outlashing on other individuals for their suppressed anger. their suppressed sadness, emotions, betrayal, and lack of love and nurturance. The common thread between the bully, the narcissist, and the predator is that they don't know another way to behave. They feel what they are doing is suitable for that's how they were treated, or that's all they know in their environment. It is not our job to stoop to their level or meet them where they're at. It is our job as individuals, as either being the victim, a family member, a friend, a colleague, a cohort, to be bold enough and brave enough in a civil, respectful manner to call them on their behaviors. A lot of times they are just acting on impulse and reacting as opposed to responding and absorbing and assessing how others treat them, talk about them, or how they are seen in the world. Remember, it is not a reflection of you, the victim. It is a reflection of the individual who's doing the negative act, whether that be threatening, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, sexual, whatever. They have done it so much that they don't know how to change. I believe in my heart of hearts, after working and connecting with people over 2 decades and degrees in the social work and psychology field, that a deep, deep dive must be taken into account. That when confronting the individual and addressing the individual, constantly ask why. Constantly ask, how does that make you feel? Constantly ask, tell me more. Because in a subconscious way, when you allow them to talk about themselves deeper in an emotional component, you're peeling away the layers of anger, suppression, oppression, betrayal, feeling not worthy, abandoned, isolated. We all have stories in our lives. We all have unfortunate experiences, and we all have people who have done us wrong. But it is our responsibility of individuals on our own to take care of ourselves and always do self-check inventory, as well as assessing how we're behaving, our nonverbal cues, our tone of voice, and always, like they say in the industry, know your audience. Many times you can be acting a particular way, but until someone approaches you, you think that your way is inappropriate and acting accordingly. I've learned this throughout my years of corporate life. It was difficult in my younger and middle school and high school years because everybody was changing. You really didn't have a stable identity at that time. But what I want you to be mindful of is how you were talking to individuals. There was a great exercise in my former employer that had a batch of cards, and it kind of assessed different personality types. Sure, there's a million out there, but this was the 4 core that were described. And once you understood the difference and how to communicate, physical, nonverbal, body language, tonality, eye contact, and your message, you were then able to connect with that individual. Now, just on a final note, when we are dealing with bullies, narcissists, predators in our dynamics of life, you are not going to change them overnight. And you are not responsible for their change. You are only responsible on how you respond to that comment, that behavior, or how they treat others. And you are also responsible in a civil and respectful manner. When bold and brave enough to do so, take a few seconds and approach them and address what their behavior is perceived to you. Again, for those of you that have these individuals in your work life, your workspace, your family, or even your relationships, they are not going to see it. And 9 times out of 10, they attack people at different times and in different ways. Most often, they go for the Achilles heel. What do I mean by that? They go for the jugular and go where your heart is. They will sabotage it and destroy it. So be mindful of your mannerisms, be mindful of your responses, and don't react. And be bold enough and brave enough to address that individual time and time again. And as I always say, to achieve personal freedom is through the healing power of forgiveness. Forgive them, but most importantly, forgive yourself for giving those individuals permission to take power over you. To learn more, I welcome your connection about the victim mentality, the victim mindset, as well as the other side of the coin, the bullying, predator, and narcissist behavior. I look forward to connecting with you. Thank you for listening and thank you for watching. This video has been a little bit long, but I appreciate it. Should you have found great value, I encourage you to donate below. Like, share, and comment below, for it truly helps the channel and my business more ways than one without financial contribution. I thank you for your gift of time, and I appreciate it. Like, share, subscribe, and also hit that notification bell, and go to AndreaMasons.com to learn more, and I will see you in the next video. Be well.